Before we start, check out my Roblox UGC shop and pick up some anime-inspired accessories and anything else that's there. The links are down below, so join the group and follow me on Roblox to help me out. Alright, let's get into it. What's up guys, it's Punchy, and today we're here to discuss everything you need to know about defeating Titus easily and in a timely fashion. As many of you know, with the newly released Legion Authority content, Titus is the main focus. So if you want to get a piece of all the new rewards and exclusive content, this guide is specifically made for you. Since this boss just released, this isn't tailored towards experienced speedrunners, but it is a starter guide that almost anyone can use. So this is the only guide you need to understand the boss, and I even made a build specifically for each step. Check it out and make sure to like and subscribe so I can hit 115k subs. Let's begin. To enter this dungeon, you gotta speak to a new NPC in the Viper's Jaw to obtain the Legion intelligence, and then you interact with a door in Fort Merritt. Entering this dungeon, you'll be met with a bunch of Authority NPCs. No matter what direction you go, you can either stealth right past them or fight them instantly, and honestly, I do recommend just fighting. Trust me, you'll have to return to this area at some point in the dungeon, so it makes sense to clear them out beforehand. Most of these guards are pretty tanky, but that's about it, and the whistling ones activate cannons that spam down on your team. It's nothing crazy, but target small groups at a time if you don't want to get swarmed. After this, it's time to reach the control room. It's possible to run through these damaging lasers that shred you, or you can use a shortcut to get through the side. No matter what, you gotta reach the control room all the way at the end to disable the prison gates and free Titus, who's hiding inside. After that, we return to the spawn and fight the locked up prisoners before talking to Titus. But now let's actually talk about the boss fight. Now that we've actually reached Titus, let's showcase and talk about each and every one of his moves so we can fight him easily. He's one of the most complex humanoid bosses in the entire game and even has multiple phases, so there's a lot to learn. Starting with his core traits, this boss comes with several status effects, phases, and modes to manage. Titus has pretty high mantra resistance and even stronger range resistance, so don't expect to spam projectiles too much. No element seems especially resistant, so if you're gonna use mantras, stick to using mid-range or close ones when possible. Luckily though, all enchants work on Titus, but some shine more than others. I would say go for consistent damage boosts over reactive ones like Providence Thorns, since there's little to parry after phase 1. I'd say using Astral, Seer, Detonation, Heroism, or anything else that procs on hit and hits hard, that's probably the way to go. Finally, it's probably obvious, but Titus is a boss that's larger than other enemies and takes way less knockback. There's not much to say other than that, but let's get into his other move attributes and his offensive statuses. Many of Titus's moves apply Wither, making lost HP unrecoverable. You can't prevent this if you take any damage, so don't even bother trying to tank hits because even resistance or invincibility won't be saving you from withered HP. I always recommend dodging instead of tanking, or that Wither is gonna stack up fast. With that being said, let's break down his moveset and wrap up with a full strategy to bring him down. Starting with the basics, the most dangerous part of Titus's kit is probably his M1s, not for their raw damage, but for disrupting your movement, spacing, and also the combo potential. In both of his phases, he has a new fist style with hyper armor that always knocks you back. These animations are kinda hard to read, deal massive posture damage, and often lead into teleporting follow-ups. Play defensively and react to his kicks, but while it's tricky, they are manageable and reactable. During phase 1, that's your best window to punish, parry, and strike back, but stay alert since some M1s can become unparryable, making them a real threat if mistimed. Titus can activate a glowing mantle that makes his M1s completely unparryable, though they still are blockable. Once active, there is no way to disable this mode, so you'll have to back up and keep holding S. The only way he gets unparryable attacks is activating this in neutral during phase 1, after roaring, or having it permanently in phase 2. Keep in mind, if Titus is glowing, all of his M1 attacks are going to be unparryable, but that's all it does. The real danger about this is how it forces the player to burn dodges against M1s and give up space, making it easier for him to trap you and hit you with other moves. When he starts to glow, play cautiously since he has a lot more pressure. Now onto his two parryable moves. First, his roar that we just talked about. It's a multi-hitting pushback that triggers his unparryable mantle. You can parry this attack or block it, though it's still gonna nudge you back. If you time it correctly, parry and punish with an M1 or a long-range mantra, and that's the best way to do it. He He's stunned for a while after using this move, giving you a solid window to strike. Next is also his parry bull grab, and this is fast but fully reactable if you're not mid-animation. So just don't get caught during your move, and on whiff, it has pretty heavy end lag, making it very easy to punish. Now, let's break down Titus's unparryables, which make up most of his kit, meaning dodging is your only real defense. First up, his ground slam. He strikes the floor with both of his hands, creating explosive shockwaves. I'd say dodge towards him, not sideways, since the hitbox is deceptively wide and can chain into a second hit if it lands. Jumping will also work, but I'd roll and jump at the same time. Next is the aerial slam. When Titus jumps, get ready. The landing is very slow and obvious, but the impact is massive. Dodge just before he hits the ground. Trying to run won't save you. Also, don't feel bad about looking up at him. You can see when he's gonna jump down. Titus also has an unparryable grab, which is very similar to the parryable one. This attack is fast but reactable if you're not mid-animation, so wait for it and you can punish. Then there's his rocket punch, a pretty high speed unblockable charge. If he slams with this attack into a wall, he's gonna get stunned, giving you a free punish. It's rare since it's kinda buggy, but when this does happen, I would capitalize on this. Finally, when you're far away, he'll start leaping and teleporting straight to you. These attacks are also unblockable or very high posture, so be ready to dodge or eat a block break and heavy damage. Titus is a pretty dodge reliant boss, and in phase 2, that only gets more intense. As phase 2 begins, Titus destroys the reactor in the back, causing the prison to collapse. Debris starts raining down, so keep on moving or you'll get clipped by falling obstacles. Titus doesn't really change his attacks drastically, but his aggression definitely ramps up. Every single one of his M1 attacks becomes unparryable, so keep your distance if you don't want to waste dodges on them. Besides this, he also starts spamming other moves more frequently. For his new abilities, he has a radial stomp, which is a wide explosion centered on him. It's similar to his phase 1 slam, but more sudden with a single hitbox. You can still dodge or jump to avoid this, but don't get caught in the huge hitbox. Next up, he also has an exploding lightning volley, which is a barrage of blockable projectiles that track to you. They're kind of easy to just run away from if you have mobility or if you dodge them, but be careful because they're crazy up close. Finally, onto his final phase 2 move, we have the wind up bell, beam, whatever that is, but it's Broly's moves. Titus charges up and releases spinning energy beams that deal heavy damage and knockback. It's unclear if these can be blocked, but running in the direction he's spinning will nullify that damage since it won't even hit you. With all of his attacks being covered, let's wrap it up with my build and strategy for beating him. So for starters, here are my build stats and build talents. If you really want that build maker link, make sure to subscribe and join my Discord, and members of the channel get the build links early. The core of this build revolves around dodging using Ghost and Blade Dancer. Ghost of course gives you extended iframes on dodges, crucial for surviving Titus's attacks, while Blade Dancer refunds dodge cooldowns on your M1, letting you stay mobile and safe throughout the fight. To boost my mobility even further, I was running Gale Breath with Phantom Path and Wind Step. Both of these give you escape and approach options. Dodging with Gale Wisp builds momentum for Phantom Step, letting you dash out of danger, punish from range, or double jump over big AoE attacks. For evasive, responsive movement, Spectre Path is pretty perfect, and you could also attack with that teleport to close the gap. Now onto offense, I was running the Evan Spear Axe with an Astral Enchant. Astral was my go-to for quick, consistent DPS and peak PvE damage with modifiers, but you could also try out other ones like Seer for Pen, Detonation for Burst, or Heroism or Bloodthirsty for stat buffs. For a slight M1 boost, I also used Metal Armament to power up single hit damage, and this was really good. As for mantras, I kept it very simple and effective with Wind Gun for high DPS, great range, and a little bit of sustain, and Gale Punch with Vacuum Punch to pull Titus in and deal good damage. So I didn't want to only use my weapon, since there's many times where M1s just simply aren't an option and you have to use mantras for range. This build was made to be accessible yet strong, ideal for both seasoned and newer players. So tweak it to fit your style, but the core idea is very simple: stay mobile, punish attacks, and never stop dodging. As a general rule when fighting Titus, don't overcommit, always wait and punish. Rarely will you find safe openings from neutral, so focus on your defense first, then strike. Also, don't hesitate to spit and regen instead of forcing damage. Healing consistently and staying alive is far more valuable than risky trades, and overall that's all it is. Titus is one of the most common complex and rewarding bosses in Deepwoken, and his design, theme, and gameplay are pretty top tier. So if you learned something new or if this guide helped you out, make sure to like and subscribe and comment down below if you have something else you want to add. Thanks once again to all the supporters who motivate me daily and directly help out this channel. If you want to join as a member, go down below, and besides that, my personal Discord, guild Discord, and my UGC group are linked, so check them out. Thanks once again, and make sure to like and subscribe so I can hit 115k. It's punchin' time.